It took a while to start this live, so I have a feeling the signal's really poor in here. This is quite unusual. It will be quick. It's raining. I was just going for a little walk, and basically I'm better off in here under a little bit of cover, but it's just raining. I'm not going to do this without my coat on and stuff. But why I was decided to film this or do this live is I saw a tiny little baby muntjac down sort of in the undergrowth. Let's swap the camera around. Like signal issues. Trying to get a signal and stay dry. Impossible. Well, important, yeah, and impossible. What I was trying to say was there was a muntjac, little baby muntjac, which is like a little baby Bambi, a little baby reindeer, sort of thing. That kind of creature, if you don't know what one is. Anyway, I saw one in the undergrowth, and so I found that quite interesting. And these woods are quite amazing. This is just off Ducks Hill Road. This is around the back of Ruislip Lido, just about classed as Middlesex, on the borders there, northwest London. I am getting wet. Anyway, I was just walking back to the car in the relative dry because there's some cover here. Oh dear, signal issues. So anyway, I don't know how much of any of this is being caught, but what made me laugh was anyway, I saw, as I walked past these woods, I saw probably, I don't know if it's the same muntjac, but it probably was a muntjac, but because it was so quickly and in the trees and everything, it just gave that little element of doubt. It was great. I'm standing here, you know. Right, there's several attempts at starting this thing. It wasn't meant to be. I did get a little bit wet. What I was doing was I was trying to film in the woods here in the Links Estate, and basically around the back of Ruislip Lido, because I saw this, like I said, I saw this little baby muntjac, and then I think it might have been an adult one I saw afterwards, but because it was the second time I saw one, it was sort of flashing. Signal is lousy. Yeah, it was flashing between the trees, this thing, and so you know, in this country, in England, we don't get, I don't want to say sort of famous last words, but realistically speaking, we don't get stuff that you need to be careful of. You know, you're not going to run across wolves or bears or anything like that. So to be in these woods with some unknown animal sort of flashing between the trees every so often was quite funny. I thought it was quite a unique experience, I thought. Anyway, so I thought I would try and capture that, but I can't. The signal is so lousy. Even out here on the road, it's really awful. Let's flip the thing around. Yeah, not really a good idea. Anyway. Well, whatever. So that was it, really. That was a fail. I'd have to do it on a video and upload it if I wanted to do it. But it was a nice set of woods, actually. There's just no signal in there to amount to anything. And even outside here, it's a bit patchy. Yeah. So nothing really much to say other than that. I have no idea how much of it was captured. Whilst the signal was okay or whatever. But I did what I could. I think I remember it being like that with my previous phone, which is an 11 Pro Max. So I think I could probably safely say that 5G isn't making much difference in that spot. And if you live around there, whether you realise it or not, that is probably a good thing. Yeah. So that was about it. I wasn't even planning on doing a live. I just went for a walk and it started to rain, and it rained a bit heavier than I thought. So I sort of went into the woodland to get a little bit of cover, and then that's when I saw the Muntjac. I thought, let's put this on a live and see how we get on. But the signal was lousy, so it didn't happen. So that was it. One little thing actually, just a bit of housekeeping on yesterday. If anybody ever sees that live, a few people came and went whilst I was doing yesterday's Facebook Live. As I was talking about the ease of use law, well, the ease of use definition, which was put together by Peter Warren of Exotech fame, which is a so I'm just trying to let this guy out, it's a computing venture that me and a few other people are involved in. Just bear with me a second because I need to concentrate. Really, it's a bit of a tight one. Oh, jeez. An impatient British guest. And where I've put my phone is right where the reverse camera is, so old school. Looking for other reflections in shops or whatever to back this bus in. That'll probably be it. Anyway, okay. What was I saying? Yeah, so Peter Warren, there's at some point I will do a proper thing on Exotech, but for the time being, I just found myself talking about a definition which he had put together for ease of use, which was everything you don't have to do in order to do what you want to do, which might sound when you first hear it like a whole load of do don't do, but if you listen to the words, it's actually it's very groundbreaking, certainly in computer terms, but it describes anything that's ever been loved or successful is ease of use. What is ease of use? Anyway, so in amongst that, I also, so I gave him his proper due respect for that. But I also gave another definition of operational, which is works without any further attention needed. So your printer's not operational if you have to stand next to it and tap it or something. That's not really operational. Operational, it just works. You don't need to do 3 Hail Marys and kiss the sky, it's interesting actually to think of some of these South American footballers is that I know they're paying respects to their gods when they do all kinds of weird stuff with their hands, point to the sky and kiss it or something. But at the same time, I kind of think if they had ultimate confidence in themselves, they wouldn't do any of that, and that would come under the heading of operational. I can score a goal on this pitch, whether I kiss my ring or badge and cross my hands and flutter something, or not. You know, I can just rock up and stick the ball in the back of the net, whoever I pray to. That's confidence. Yeah, that would also be operational. He doesn't, you know, he just works without any further attention needed. Think of some of the players, some of the Mavericks, where you think, don't know what you're going to get out of them, but when you do, it's memorable. They're sort of borderline operational, aren't they? It's like 4 games without scoring, but then the goal he scored against Walsall was a worldie. Anyway, operational, works without any further attention needed. But that definition doesn't come from Peter, which I knew, but I just forgot. I rambled on about something else. So that definition, operational, comes from, I'm not sure exactly where you find it, but it comes from L. Ron Hubbard, founder of Scientology. I'm a Scientologist, 30 years Scientologist, 32 years actually, and more. But anyway, just, you know, I forgot actually, because I went on to a whole bunch of self-amazement at this definition of ease of use, and I think I forgot to go back and say, oh, by the way, that was from him. But anyway, so I thought to myself, well, next time I do a live, I'll just throw that in as a piece of housekeeping. But what an unusual live. I've tried to film in the woods when I wasn't going to, and then when I wanted to, I couldn't, and then I find myself driving and talking, and then having to say, hold on while I reverse, and yeah, random. It's like some sort of, got my own little reality TV show. Need some drama. Need a sidekick. Maybe somebody could suggest a sidekick. Give me a sidekick. Who should I have sitting next to me in the car, making it easier, or harder, or funnier, or probably, let's face it, more ridiculous? That would be the one, wouldn't it? It would have to be a dog. 2 dogs. 2 dogs that I'm not really in control of. Sounds like any 2 dogs you ever care to mention, but anyway. So probably a couple of dogs, isn't it? There's a couple of dogs who just refuse to sit in the back. And, yeah. And I'm going to do one other little thing as well. It's a very special birthday. I'm not going to say who, but those who know. And that's a teenager. So happy birthday. Which rhymes with her name, which is I hope you have a wonderful day, and hopefully see you soon. Blah de blah de blah. I'm going to get myself a Costa coffee. I'm going to get myself a meal deal with a Costa coffee out of Tesco Express, because, you know, that's how I roll. And then I'm going to go and look at a vehicle. Then I'm probably going to get some work done. Yeah. Ciao. Take care. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. And Nicola, I'm sorry if you've just joined and I'm saying goodbye. Nothing much happened. If you don't believe me, play it back. I tried to film some wildlife in the fauna, and it failed due to technology not being able to penetrate through the trees and give me a signal. And I started to drive whilst I was explaining what had happened, and that's how comes I'm sitting in my car talking to myself and whoever may be listening, which, according to my Facebook app right now, is you and others. But anyway, I hope you had a nice Easter. Happy Easter. Hope you had a great weekend. And like I said, I'm going to go and get myself a sandwich. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.